Welcome back to another lecture series on artificial intelligence. In this video, we'll discuss about forward propagation in details. In the last video, you saw like how it works. This artificial neural network works, how activation function, how it gets transferred, and then finally forward propagation. And then we have backward propagation to find out the errors and correct those errors. We update our weights, and finally we train our network for number of epochs, and we have that trained network, right? You saw there. But here we'll discuss in detail like how these errors, we get that errors, how forward propagation. So this is part 1 of this video, and this will discuss only about forward propagation, right? So in the case of forward propagation, let's take first the network, right? You see here we have run it and we have initialized our weights, right? So for that, here we'll run this, then this, and then this, and then this. Okay, so we have this weights here. So weights, we have this number of hidden layers, only one hidden layer, and uh, one hidden layer, and one is input layer and one is output layer, right? So there are three layers. So number of neurons in the input layer is 2, in the hidden layer only one neuron, and in the output layer we have two neurons, right? So obvious the question is that how many outputs shall we get? We'll get two outputs as we have two neurons in the output layer, right? We have two neurons in the input layer. It means that we'll have the input as two of the features like this and this. This one is for output, right? Okay, so let's go ahead guys and initialize network function, right? So this is our weights. You see it's one row, three columns. Similarly, two rows, two columns, two rows, two columns, right? So let's go ahead guys. So initialize network will have a function called initialize network, in which we have number of inputs, number of hidden layers, and number of output neurons, right? So we get 2 1 2 here, you see. Okay, so network will take it as list, and then hidden layer. So hidden layer, what will happen, number of neurons, how will form the weights. So it will be random weights first of all, and there are reasons for having random weights. We'll explain that in another video. Okay, so in this number of hidden layer is 1, so one row and three columns, because number of inputs plus 1. Why do we do an inputs plus 1? Because the weights which were calculated here, so last one, this one is for bias, right? And these both are for our inputs, right? And this one similarly, these both are for features like input features, and this is for output, like actual output. Okay, in the data set, where do we get this row? This is a part of our data set. This is one of the row of the data set, right? Like this rows. For testing purpose we have taken only one row. Okay, we'll see. We'll go ahead in the this initialized network. So output layer, we have this number of output, that will be the row, and number of output is 2, and number of hidden layer is 1, 1 plus 1. 2 rows, 2 columns will be our output layer. So this is weights of output layer. You can see 2 rows, 2 columns. Got it? So this is our weights. Understood guys? Let's go to forward propagation. We'll go to and call forward propagation function, and we'll pass network, right? What is this network? We have got this network like set of weights. It is a list of weights actually. Okay, and we'll pass that row. This was input feature, right? Now let's go ahead with layer in the network. So each layer in the network, so first layer it will come, and for the first layer we have two neurons. So neurons in the layer, so two neurons are there. This loop will run for two times. Got it? So activation will call activate function, and this will pass the neuron weights and inputs. So inputs, two rows and one is output. So here we'll pass that input which came, right? Inputs row, whatever row has come, that will become an input. Neuron weights, and that weights will pass. Got it? And that will let's go to that activate function. So activate function, activation weights minus 1. So that will give us bias actually. Print the beginning, that bias will print that bias. Okay, and then print the weights. Okay, and print the inputs, whatever. For I in range of length of weights minus 1. Why do we do weights minus 1? Because weights is 3 here, you see. And the last one is for bias only, because minus 1 is last one. So last one is taken as bias. You see, activation is this one. Activation is 0.54. This one, activation in the beginning, that is bias actually. And this bias plus input, so these both will be taken as input. That's why this is length minus 1. So 3, it was 3, length was 3 of weights, so it will be length minus 1, that will be 2. So this into this, weights into input, this into this, and this into this, it will be multiplied and added to this bias, right? And then we have this activation, and we'll transfer that to get neuron output. And transfer function is nothing but sigmoid function. You see, transfer function was here, sigmoid function. Got it? Okay. So once we have this sigmoid function, it will be output. So this will be neuron output, and this will be going to neurons in the last. This, it will be like this. So this is, suppose this is our hidden layer, and there are two more neurons. So this input will be passed to these both neurons in the output layer, right? Let's see how. So activate, you have understood what activate function is doing. Okay, then transfer function, what it is doing, and then we are finally input. So let's see, this is the neuron output, and this becomes an input for this layer, right? Output layer. So output layer, we have two neurons, so there will be two times. So first, for first neuron, this is the weight, and for second neuron, this is the weight. Got it? Why? You will tell why this is 2, because this one is for bias and this one is for one of the neurons, one of the input, right? So weights, you see, input is how much? This is input, same 0.66, right? And and weights is how much? This was the weights, this one is the weight, and we'll multiply these both, and this will be bias, right? So this is bias, and we'll add together, then we'll get output as this, right? 0.73. This is one of the output here, you can see. And 0.66, same input is here, this one, for the next neuron, 0.66. And what is weights? 0.21, 0.42. So this is bias and this is 21. So this weight is for second neuron. Got it? And then we have calculated neuron output as this, and we'll feed that here. So finally we have these both output. But you see, what was the output in the this was the output 0. But here we are getting, so once you apply the softmax function there, because we have this neuron output now, this is neuron output only, we are not passed to it to any neuron output, right? But if we pass to some transfer function, right? So transfer function is nothing but sigmoid function. If we take transfer function as softmax, so out of this one is greater, right? And this one is 1, right? So this one is 1, and output will be 1 then, right? Because it is greater than 0.5, it will be 1, but output is 0. It means what? There is error, we need to correct it. Got it? So that is where there comes the role of back propagation, updating the weights. Got it? So in this weight functions, in this part I have explained only the forward propagation, right? Forward propagation, how it works. And I had also explained in the form of matrix in the previous videos. You can watch that for your reference, because that would clear your concept, right? This is in detail, that was in detail as well. So this is one of the project. We'll discuss back propagation part in the next video. That's all guys, thank you very much.